right, Coach, survived in advance at home against Lafayette. Can you just talk about the team tonight?
Yeah, I think Lafayette came in ready and actually game planned well and causes us a lot of problems. And it's hard to play the team back-to-back games. It's just, we saw that with Lehigh. It was hard to do that. It's hard to do back-to-back games with anybody in the league. But like you said, I mean, it's survive in advance. We found a way to get it done late in the second half. The bench stepped up big for us scoring-wise when we needed it. Our senior leadership kind of took control and was calming and poised, even though things weren't going great for us. And that's what I expect that of them. And we've talked ad nauseum all year about that those three cannot go south on us. And they didn't. They stayed with it. You know, we know we didn't play great today. We know we didn't. But this is what March is all about. It doesn't matter. You put it behind you and you move on. And really happy, for EJ. EJ's really starting to play well and help us at critical times. And, if you have two go-to players out there in Jade and EJ, it makes it tough for any opponent.
Emily Fish, she had a really hot start offensively, scoring, I think it was like 5 minutes in the first, 5 points in the first 3 minutes of the game. But I want to focus on her defensive impact for a second. How do you think she played defensively, especially down the stretch in a tough matchup against Antinoli? I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, Antignoli came out hot in the first quarter. I think she had 9 or something in the first quarter and only scored 4 the rest of the game. So, Fish, it wasn't always Fish on her either, so there's that. But I think what Fish does is she stays disciplined. The entire time she doesn't stand, she doesn't go for fake, she stays down in a stance, she knows the tendency, she tries to take it away. She messed up a ball screen early on that gave Antignoli the 3, and she knew it. And we've gone over that set, and we know what we're supposed to do, but it's just like we weren't here mentally the whole entire game, and I think that is nerves. I think that's the nerves that we're talking about. I mean, remember, this senior class went to the championship game as freshmen, most of them didn't play. And then we've been to the semis and stuff, and we haven't played well. So it's kind of almost good to get a game like this under our belt and still be able to win it when you don't play well. And I think being at home just kind of calms them down. You don't have the crowd cheering against you. But I just really like that Fish stays in the game and focused, and she played a lot of minutes. So it's hard to do that and play good defense for 37 minutes.
I know I asked the players this, but it seemed like the team was getting good looks, but wasn't able to knock it down at times.
Yep.
Was it just like one of those nights, or was there something else at play because the shots weren't falling?
I think it's the nerves. I think it's we didn't play. We had more time off than we normally have. We didn't have that Saturday game, so it's like getting back into the swing. You heard Jade talk about how she couldn't breathe from the tip. Like, there's just so much adrenaline rushing through your veins that it's like you need to learn how to come into a game and treat it just like it is. It's just a game. Don't put any more importance to it. It's just another game. It's how you go about your business. And we talked about in the locker room, like, we have a system that we run offensively and defensively, and if you do the details and the little things, that will take care of the game. But if you don't do those little things, you're going to be scraping and clawing and trying to come back and win the game at the end, or keep the lead like we did in this game when we finally got like a 6 or 9 point lead. So I don't think we necessarily did that the whole time. But for the most part, they don't have. You wish the seniors had even more experience than they do, and they don't. So you have to kind of expect that we're not going to play great all the time, and hopefully we play better on Thursday.
I want to talk about Jade, Fish, and Taylor being a little bit more composed tonight, because I think that's like a really serious development, critical thing from this game. In a game that had a lot of energy, a lot of nerves, it really seemed like those players stepped up and took on the challenge, really. Mm-hmm. Just thoughts on that stuff.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it. I mean, I think they made the right passes, did the right thing defensively, got a couple rebounds in there. They made plays, maybe not scoring all the time, but they made some plays. And I think that's really important to keep in mind that, and Jade kind of talked about that as well, it's not all about scoring. If you evaluate yourself on scoring and that's it, that's not how you play as a team. You need to play together, collaborate, right? Talk about what's going on, figure it out, and know that success is a team sport. And that's kind of what I told them. You can't have individualist success and expect that that's the only thing that's going to happen for you. We all need to take part in it, and we all need each other. And I think they understood that. I felt like we started to play a little bit better in the second half than we did in the first half, just kind of calming down wise. But as a coach, it's so hard to find a way to get rid of the nerves. It's just I'm not sure exactly how to do that for them. I think experience helps, and just each game that we play, they'll have more experience and they'll understand how to calm the nerves.
Last question: Boston University, next game, semifinals. What are your personal kind of thoughts, emotions, everything heading into that game?
We talked about our side of the bracket and how we have a lot of post players on our side of the bracket. So Lafayette had some posts. Gampo in particular, who's hard to guard. Now you have Weimer and Durant that you have to face. So our post players better come ready to play. I think that's kind of what I'm thinking. And find different ways to score and get the stops that we need to get. They're so talented and have so many weapons that we've really got to play better defense than we did today. We have to, or it's going to be a long night for us. So, again, BU's a great team, and it's going to be a challenge. I'm happy we split with them in the regular season. That's a good thing. Obviously, they've sent us home the last couple years, and so we finally get them on our turf for that game. So we'll see what happens, but I know it's going to be a hard-fought game.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Best of luck, Coach. I won't be here next
All right,
time.
what's